Hello, welcome to day 80. It is day 80, special day for those that don't know. And we're coming at you at lunchtime. Today's reading was just two chapters. I've just gone through it, and Moses is sort of rounding up his message. In fact, he's rounding up these speeches that he's given thus far. And he rounds up again with what I think is a show of grace that sometimes gets overshadowed by the wrath, by the punishment that precedes it, because God is talking about, um, if once the children of God, once Israel sort of turns their heart against Him, and all the things, all the punishment, all the curses of the covenant come against them, even then, even when they've effectively broken a covenant and they've failed, even when there's reason to, you know, cut them off, if their hearts turn back to God, He will come and gather them. He will gather them back to their promised land, and He will, He'll be there for them. So it's interesting the level of, again, grace that we see with the way that God is interacting with Israel. And he sums it up in this, and I think this is relevant to even us today. It says, I'll read Deuteronomy 30:19. Today I have given you the choice between life and death, between blessings and curses. Now I call on heaven and earth to witness the choice you make. Oh, that you would choose life, so that you and your descendants might live. It's a covenant, right? It's an agreement that you enter into with God. And the terms of that agreement have been laid out here. They are exceedingly gracious and beneficial to Israel on the one hand, but then exceedingly painful and a curse if they're to break it. And so again, there's the carrot, which is great, and as I said, everything about the law and the rules around it would make for a great society. And then there's the stick, the curses. Ultimately, the severance of a relationship with God that also should keep you in check. But it's up to you. At the end of the day, God remains like that, giving the choice to them. And in Deuteronomy 19, I think it represents that perfectly. The choice has been given between life and death, between blessings and curses. Oh, that you would choose life. Because that's God's desire, that we choose life. Anyway, in 31, Moses actually writes what he's been preaching, what he's been speaking about, and they put it in the Ark of the Covenant. He then appoints Joshua, who has been selected by God to be his successor, to lead the people into the land that God has promised them. And so Joshua was selected, and indeed was to go off, lead the people, distribute the land among them, and sort of carry on the legacy of this people group that have come out from Egypt. So the book is written and placed inside the covenant, and then there's this interesting thing, right? There's a prediction that Israel will actually end up falling away. But in that, again, the grace of God that we're seeing here is, look, I know you guys are going to harden your hearts against me, you're going to turn away. But here's a song that I want to teach that will carry the lessons and then the truths about me through all of this time, through your abandoning me, you're going off, you're sinning, you're worshipping other gods. Here's a song that will bring the true story to even the kids, even those that hear it, and gives them a song that does just that. And Moses gives them this rule that on the seventh year they always need to read from the book of instruction placed inside the ark, which is what he's written. That's Deuteronomy 30 and 31. Tomorrow's chapters are Deuteronomy 32, 34, and Psalm 90. And God willing,